Okay, good evening, class of 2023 and faculty. This white coat ceremony welcomes you, our incoming medical students, to the New York State American program of the Sackler School of Medicine. The white coat is symbolic of your transition into the study of medicine and into the role of caregiver. Tammy Lipkin-Sur, Director of Administration and Registrar of the New York State American program, will now open the ceremony.
The best part about the ceremony is to see how nice you guys clean up. It's my favorite part. Dear class of 2023, you will momentarily be greeted by our distinguished deans and staff. I would first like to officially welcome you to your first day of medical school. You deserve the clap of hands. You have actually made it through the most challenging part, orientation. You have now met Israeli landlords, attorneys, bank tellers, healthcare providers, taxi and bus drivers. You have navigated the campus while the university was officially closed and have taken a trip to one of Israel's most sacred locations, IKEA. You have negotiated Wi-Fi installation and even sat for your first exam in medical school, your Hebrew placement exam. The rest of medical school will be a breeze. We recognize that studying medicine is never an easy task, let alone in a different land, culture, climate, and so far away from your support systems, families, and friends. Look around you. Look around you. Right? The individuals sitting beside you will quickly become your family. Please take time to ask them every once in a while how they are doing. Please take care of yourselves. Take time to eat properly. Remember, I will inspect your groceries when I meet you at the store. You have been warned. Take time to do other things, things that make you happy. Listen to music, swim, read, go to the gym, do anything that you find relaxing while studying for medicine. We wish you great success on this exciting, bumpy, and adventurous journey, and are here to help you in any way we can. Welcome. I would now like to invite Professor Iris Barshak, Associate Dean and Head of the Sackler School of Medical School, to greet the class officially.
Good evening, everyone. Actually, the Dean, Professor Ehud Grossman, is in Portugal now, and he said it's the wish that you all succeed in the studies. Okay, I am honored to welcome this class. The Tel Aviv University is the Israel's largest institution for higher education. The university has earned an international reputation for the excellence of its programs and participate in joint projects and exchange programs with the universities in Europe and in North and South America. We have more than 2,000 physicians that have graduated from the program and have gone to contribute significantly to the healthcare of patients at leading medical institutions throughout the United States, Canada, and Israel. The goal of the Sackler medical education is to provide graduates with an exceptional academic foundation in the science of human disease and with the clinical skills to translate this knowledge into accurate diagnosis and treatment. During the last years, all of us, the deans, Professor Grossman and me, paid much attention to medical education and professionalism. I hope that you will get this program. Without question, the high point of medical school is the match day. And actually, we had excellent success in the last match day that maybe 100% got excellent matching, which is really outstanding success. This day, we are getting into an important process of accreditation of Tel Aviv University Medical School. I'm sure that during this process, we will improve many aspects in our school and make it even better. I wish all of you to succeed in the medical school. Also, as Tammy said, learn to enjoy the studies and become, and I'm sure that you all become, excellent doctors. Good luck to everybody, and enjoy Israel as well.
Thank you, Professor Barshak. Please welcome now Dr. Stephen Lazar, Executive Dean of the Sackler School of Medicine, New York office, who will now address the class.
This is an emotional day for me every year. I love it because in my eyes you are being transformed today from a folder to a person. Everybody is a folder, and I don't see your faces until after you're accepted. So congratulations. This is a very important moment for me because in my office we spend most of the time trying to select the best students, and you, in our minds, are the best students that we have. And I don't know how many of you met my assistant Yolanda in New York, but when somebody is, she's wonderful. You're shaking your head. So when she brings the letters into my office to be signed, accepting you into medical school, a couple of things happen. First, I tell her, don't use the cheap paper. Get the really thick paper, because this is a keeper for a lot of people. And when you mail it, I want you to mail it FedEx so that it'll stay flat. I don't want you to bend the letter. And the third is when she gives me each letter to sign, I go exactly like this. Changed his life. Changed her life. And that's the way I really feel that I do it. And I'm so excited to meet you all as people instead of folders. I'm not going to talk long, but I'm going to tell you something that probably people have not told you. I'm going to tell you who you are. There were 151 applicants who were interviewed for the seats that you're sitting in. There are 56 students, and I might be repeating something you know, but there are 56 students in the first year class, 24 females and 32 males. And we don't design how many females or how many males we take. We select the best students that we can, and at the end, we see who's in what category. All of you are United States and/or Canadian citizens or permanent residents. There are 12 Canadian citizens in this class. The largest number of students accepted for this class attending is California. That's a surprise, right? Surprised me. California, 16. New York, 15. Canada, 9. And the others, 16, are comprised of Connecticut, 2 from Pennsylvania, 3 from New Jersey, Rhode Island, Maryland, Iowa, Massachusetts, Louisiana, Illinois, Texas, North Carolina, Minnesota, and Oregon. You are from 38 colleges and universities located in 13 different states in Canada. And you are represented in the following groups. My secretary said, don't read this, it's boring. I said, no, it's really interesting if you're sitting in this class, so I'll take 1 minute to read it. You are from UCLA, Colgate University, University of Guelph, UC Davis, Vassar College, Vanderbilt, University of Western Ontario, NYU, Northeastern University, Cornell, Franklin and Marshall College, Boston University, Johns Hopkins, Barnard College, Columbia University, University of Vermont, University of San Diego, University of Toronto, Excelsior College, Ryerson University, Yeshiva University, Purdue University, Wilmette University in Oregon, Boston College, CUNY in Staten Island, University of Pennsylvania, Ohio State University, University of Wisconsin in Madison, State University of New York at Albany, CUNY Brooklyn College, McGill University, York University, University of Houston, University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, CUNY Queens College, NYU, Rutgers University, University of Southern California, and the University of Ottawa. Wow, that's a good mix. We didn't just take people from NYU. Although we could have. 7 of you have done a post-bac program, and 4 students in this class have a bachelor's degree and a master's degree. Now, listen to these statistics. Sackler students in the class of 2023 have an average MCAT score of 509.7, average. Students in the entire United States last year, because we don't have the statistics for this year, we're 509. The entire United States was 505.6. That's pretty good. Your average GPA in this class is 3.57. The average GPA in the United States last year for medical students was 3.57, right on the button. So I want to tell you from the heart that this is a great school. And what makes a great school is not necessarily the academic work that you're going to be doing in the next 4 years. It's the people who teach you, and it's the atmosphere of this school. And I guarantee you that you're now a member of a special family, and everybody will do their best to take care of you. If you have any questions ever, feel free to talk to me from when we go outside for dinner later to any time in New York. Bear in mind that the Israeli office and my office is one office, and we work together, and we tell each other everything. So we have no secrets, so bear that in mind. And this is a very important last statement. If any of you have any financial problems during the next 4 years, don't hesitate to call my office. We'll try to assist you the very, very best that I can. And the last thing I want to say is, I think Tammy said it before, take advantage of the culture of Israel. Hey, you're here, and it's just wonderful. I spent yesterday walking for 7 hours. It's just wonderful. So enjoy yourselves and get a great education.
Thank you, Dr. Lazar. I would like to invite Professor Arnon Afek, Director of the New York State American Program, to greet the class.
I wonder how long it will take you to start being dressed up like Israelis. So as Tammy said before, it's a very nice moment. I'm sure it won't take them more than a few minutes after the end of this ceremony. But it's nice. It's part of adapting to the Israeli culture. And the truth is, it's too hot here for suits and ties. Welcome to Israel, and welcome to the New York American MD program at Sackler School of Medicine. I think you've chosen right, and I'm sure that Dr. Lazar and his team choose you right as well. And I'm sure you'll do good, as the class before you did. And you probably know, because we say it quite loudly in any occasion we can, that the last class matched 100%, which was great. Many great medical schools couldn't say the same thing. So I'm sure that with the help of your teachers, with the help of every one of us here, you'll be able to do as well and be able to fulfill your dreams as physicians. This program is quite unique. I think the most important part of it is being able to be exposed to a different culture. We Israelis are not like Americans. You'll find out very soon. As any other nation, we have good things which are good, some things which are not as good. Yeh beseder, which means everything will be okay, doesn't absolutely mean that everything will be okay. You'll find out about that. And don't worry doesn't really mean you don't have to worry. But apart from that, people are very, very friendly and try to enjoy the Israeli culture. it has another merit from you. The fact that you are being able to adapt yourself to a culture which is based on diversity. And this is the heart of the Israeli culture, is something which is valuable to you as well when you'll be back. Every time I go to the States and speak to program directors and to deans of schools of medicine and afterwards of program directors at the hospitals, I emphasize this point. Because you know, at the end, there are many, many graduates from different medical schools. And the fact that you are away from your support system, being able to study in Israel and to face all these difficulties and overcame them means that you have something else, something more to offer to American programs. That's why part of the reason, apart of course from everyone's achievement, is why people are doing it so well. The second issue, as people said before me, is the dedication of the staff. It starts from the staff here in the New York office, which, as Dr. Lazar said, we are working together, and from the people here, led by Dr. Shoam, the preclinical, and Dr. Aaron Allen, the clinical years, and the rest of the people are doing their utmost to help you become the best physicians in the States. And with that, once you will be exposed to our hospital system, and you know that the Tel Aviv University has more than 16 hospitals which are affiliated with. And some of them are very, very good medical centers, like Rabin Medical Center, Ichilov Tel Aviv Medical Center, and my hospital, Sheba Medical Center. These are great hospitals. Sheba Medical Center was nominated one of the 10 leading hospitals in the world last year by Newsweek magazine. So this is the hospital you've been teaching, and I can tell you that the most advanced medical technologies are out there. But there's something more in our hospitals. That's the spirit of the people. The fact that every hospital, the head of chairman of a department, every senior physician sees in his role to teach you. You are not being left alone to the interns to be taught. These are the top people who teach you, and we judge them, and they are reporting to us at the management for any problem or any issues that arise from the students, and normally they are none. So I think these are the best advantages, and the most important part of all is relax. You'll be working very, very hard. So try to find, at least at the beginning of your blocks, some time to walk around, as Steve said, by the beach, right? By the beach. See the great life that Tel Aviv has to offer, and find the right balance in your lives. And I'm sure once you are back in the States, you never, ever regret the fact that you choose Sackler School of Medicine to study in. Bruchim habayim.
Thank you, Professor Afek. I would now like to invite Dr. Aaron Allen, Deputy Director of the New York State American Program.
So good evening. Welcome to Israel. We've already met. But it's good to see you again, as Tammy said, cleaned up and ready to go. People say, okay, well, we had a 100% match rate. That sounds pretty good. And people are successful here at Sackler. So you're probably wondering, and I know that Dr. Shoam usually likes to give quizzes to self-evaluate yourself. Maybe she'll give one in a few moments. But I would like to give you the answers to the quiz. What makes you successful? You're all thinking about this for the last 2 weeks. You're traveling around, you're going to IKEA, you're opening up your bank account. How am I going to do this? What tricks am I going to use? How am I going to get to be successful? And I would like to come and tell you tonight at the, what is the white coat ceremony? Why do we do this? It seems a little bit funny, right? You're wearing the white coat, but you know nothing about medicine. So what is it like? If they put you on at home plate with a baseball bat, it wouldn't mean you know how to hit a fastball. It just means you were standing there. And so that's sort of like the white coat, right? You put on the white coat. So really the white coat is the permission, as I think somebody already said, to do the next steps. So what are you going to do? How are you going to become successful? And I think that the answer is only really in one word, And that's really what we expect from you from today for the rest of the next 4 years. To learn, as Tammy said, to be a caregiver. The key word in that sentence is giver. You know, in America, people say that independence is a sign of strength, right? The Declaration of Independence. But really, interdependence is your greatest sign of strength. You will learn, and you have the opportunity, each of you, to learn what it means to become a giver. Some of you are natural givers and will be able to improve on this. And for some of you, this will be the most difficult skill that you will learn in medicine, and yet the most important skill of all. I just finished about 45 minutes ago a webinar with the 4th year class. And we're in the middle of, as I told you, writing the dean's letters. So you see at the end of 4 years who are the most successful and who are a little bit less successful. Time after time, interviews, success in residency, and indeed, more importantly than that, success in life is dependent on how well you will become a giver. So really the white coat tonight is permission to give, right? It's the ability to start in this path. I know it sounds like a lot of words, but I'm so serious about this because those of you that will take what I'm saying to heart for yourselves will see an amazing transformation in yourselves over the next 4 years. And it happens day after day, week after week. It's not something you can do at one time or in one event. You have to do it every day. Learn to give to yourselves, give to your classmates, and give to your patients. All of you, I would recommend required reading perhaps, is Adam Grant's book, if you haven't read it already, about givers and takers. Phenomenal book. Adam Grant says, the more I help out, the more successful I become. But I measure success not in what it's done for me, but what it's done for other people. That's true success, is what it's done for other people. You know, the magnetic thing he says about successful giving is that people manage to get to the top without cutting other people down. That's what it's all about. So tonight, you will get the opportunity to start to give. And I encourage you to take it seriously, whether it's in your private lives or your class lives or, more importantly, in your patients' lives, because that's what will make a difference. I will just end, as I typically do at the white coat ceremony, with this short Jewish story, just for those of you at home that are listening, your parents maybe. So there was once a couple that went to get a blessing to have children after many years of not being able to conceive. Wonderful field, reproductive endocrinology. Some of you might choose it. At that time, it was a little bit less well sophisticated and developed. So they went for a blessing from a great rabbi. And he went to them and he looked at the couple and he saw in a way that maybe some of us can't see. He said, I would love to give you a blessing, but I can see in the heavens that it's not destined for you to have a child. So I won't be able to give you this blessing. I wish you the best of luck and I give you my love. Well, the couple was despondent. Here they had traveled miles and days to get a blessing from this great rabbi that they were told that if they get this blessing, they will be able to conceive children. And here they weren't able to. And so they left on their way home, two of them holding each other, despondent, sad, disappointed. Suddenly they see the rabbi and one of his assistants running after them. And they thought, oh, well, maybe we forgot something. We didn't pay, or who knows what we're supposed to do. So the rabbi stops them and he said, I'm so sorry, I forgot something. They said, well, what do you mean? What do you mean forgot something? He says, you know, I said that I couldn't give you the blessing, but I didn't sit and cry with you about your pain. And there they sat, the couple and the rabbi, crying about the pain of not having children. And at the end of the session, the rabbi said to them, I'd like to bless you both with a child, hopefully, in the coming year. They said, Rabbi, but you said you saw in the stars in the heavens that we weren't able to have a child. He said, that was all I could see before I could sit with you and cry. But now that we've cried together, I see something else. And so much of what it means to be a doctor is not the Krebs cycle or how many vials of epinephrine you need to give, but it's that moment that you will all experience as students, hopefully, of sitting next to a patient's bed and just giving something of yourself to the patient above and beyond what your medical knowledge will tell you. That's what makes a successful Sackler student. That's what we hope for each one of you tonight, is to learn to hold a patient's hand and give them something of yourselves. And give yourself something of yourselves along the way and your classmates. So good luck, and congratulations on your ability to give.
Thank you, Dr. Allen. Dr. Cheryl Shoham, Associate Program Director for Preclinical Studies, will now address the class.
Good evening. And I don't want to disappoint Dr. Allen, but there will be no IRAT, no AA, no quiz, and no NBME exam tonight. But I will talk about the white coat. Over the years, dress codes have changed considerably, although you are all splendidly attired tonight. I dare to say that we will likely have our differences of opinions as to what constitutes acceptable and professional dress during your preclinical years, and probably in your clinical years as well. So I ask that you consider the following short article entitled "The White Coat Revisited," written by a then family practice resident, Eric Kadeski, and published in Canadian Family Physician in 2008. Like an infatuated old lover, she has returned to me. There was no mention of how I left her, no talk of how we didn't see each other for several years. She came back to me, and now we are together, inseparable, a family doctor and his white coat. Ours is a long history. As a first-year medical student, I had yearned to be with her, jealous of those upper-year students who had already settled down. As the spring blossomed in my second year of medical studies, we took part in Canada's first white coat ceremony. We were pronounced étudiants médecins et sarraux, one of 136 monogamous unions between clean coats and even cleaner young optimists. Both would become sullied during the hardships of clerkship, but as we had vowed, we would take each other to have and to hold through sickness and in health, for good times and bad. Then something happened. As I began my outpatient rotations, the white coat no longer seemed practical. The threat of bodily stains was lessened exponentially, and some of those offices were just too hot. Moreover, many of my preceptors went sans sarrau, and as an acolyte, I soon followed suit. I rationalized that because my casual attire was closer to that of my patients, perhaps we could more easily enter into a therapeutic partnership that is a pillar of family medicine. Years lapse. I sometimes thought of her, but I was so immersed in my family medicine training that her absence was rarely felt. We got back together for a 2-month fling during my maternity rotation, but we both knew that it was a relationship of convenience to keep us warm during the long Montreal winters and amniotic fluid-filled nights. However, people wanted to know that their doctor was capable of a long-term relationship. Perhaps they wanted some space. Perhaps in partnership we were unequal but together. Me with the expertise, they with the final decision. So now we are once again inseparable, my white coat and I, sharing experiences and meeting people together as a couple. Patients look at us approvingly and see how happy we are, at least until the next fight over who does the laundry. Tonight, you two are happily guilty as charged. You're guilty of yearning to wear this white coat. You're guilty of donning a clean one at least this once. And guilty, I hope, of being a young optimist. I've been a physician for 31 years, And although I wore the white coat proudly as a medical student and then a resident, I chose to leave it behind when I established my own practice. Many of us in family and outpatient medicine felt the white coat was a paternalistic symbol, that it emphasized separation between doctor and patient, and I feel strongly about that today. And today, although I work exclusively in hospital medicine, I don't wear a white coat. And over the course of my career and my studies, the dynamic of the doctor-patient relationship has changed, with patients coming prepared with informations, questions, suggestions, and yes, even demands. Doctor-patient encounters have become more of a collaboration and less of a hierarchy. And just as I experienced more than 3 decades ago, there are still differences in what constitutes the proper dress code that reflects this change in relationship. Some may oppose the no white coat and want a more traditional presentation of the professional self, while others are open to dress code modifications and see it as being more relatable and being a team player with patients and their families. But putting aside any hospital or clinic regulations, all of you have to think about how you will create an appearance that's trustable by those seeking your guidance, by those you would like to impress. Instead of asking yourself, can I get away with this? Or do shorts and sandals work? After all, this is Israel. Try asking yourself if your demeanor reflects the image you want as a trustworthy, honest, intelligent and hardworking individual, whether as a student, private person, or one day very soon a physician. Today, I hope you've all signed the Sackler honor code, or you're waiting for my eye-to-eye signing tomorrow. Your donning of the white coat this evening is an appropriate symbol of what you have promised to fulfill during your medical school studies. Congratulations to you all.
Thank you, Dr. Shoham. Dr. Ayel Dayan, ASM Course Director, will now address the class.
Well, it's nice to see all of you again, and I will see you all again on Wednesday for more ASM orientation. So tonight, I just want to share a few words about the white coat and about being in Israel and what I think the value to you guys really is. So the white coat, whether you like it or you don't, today is an amazing first day of a journey that you will be on for the rest of your lives. The white coat isn't just a white coat. It is a symbol that you are now joining all of the rest of us. You've now become one of us. And yes, you're definitely in a different stage. You're in a more beginning stage than those of us who've already been up here on this stage. And some of us who have gotten to the stage of being deans and professors are definitely in a more advanced stage. And the rest of us are somewhere in the middle. And like you, we also continue to learn, and we continue to put a lot of effort into this journey. And when you put on this white coat, which I will ask that you wash before you come to our SPIs, and you don't come with your anatomy gunk on it, but when you put it on, you have to think about who it is that you really want to be. Because this journey isn't just about knowledge, it's about who you're going to become. And it's not just about becoming a caregiver or a defined entity. It's about a sense of self that you carry with you no matter where you go. How many times have you been on a plane where they ask for, is there an accountant on board? Never, okay? I have yet to be on one. So wherever you go, whatever you do, you will always carry with you the identity of being a physician. And that's something special. You've asked for patients to trust you, to believe in you, to allow you into their lives. And that is not something to take lightly. That is something to hold with both hands and to treat as something very holy. Because it isn't something that other people get allowed to have access into. And so the white coat isn't just a jacket. Okay? It really genuinely is the first step in this transition. And this journey is one that is genuinely a lifelong journey. And there are ups and there are downs, and there's a lot of struggle along the way. But every bit of it that you can take and make yourself stronger with, and more human, and more engaged, and more aware of the people that you work with, the better a physician you will be. And after all, at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. As a psychiatrist, I certainly hope to God no one ever gives me an anatomy exam, because I guarantee I would not pass it. But I can tell you that every single day that you work with a patient, you will need to talk to them, you will need to understand them, you will need to engage with them, and you will need to build trust. And that is something that if you're really truly committed to the journey, you will put your emphasis and your focus on. And the other thing that I will tell you is that being in Israel genuinely is a very special place to learn about medicine. Because the true measure of a society isn't about how much money and how big and beautiful your buildings are, but it's a measure of how well you take care of your most vulnerable. And Israel, for better or for worse, for many things that are challenging here, does a very incredible job taking care of its vulnerable. And you will have the opportunity to learn medicine in a country that values that every single person should have the opportunity to get good health care and should have the opportunity to send their children to schools where, regardless of whatever their need is, there is a place for them to learn. A society where the older people have activities and programming and people care. And you will be able to take that back to the States and become a part of the solution. When you go back and you see the disaster that healthcare is there, you will be able to say, you know what? There is a better way. It doesn't have to be like this. And so learning about medicine in Israel, the beaches are wonderful. I will fully admit, coming from Chicago, the weather is way better here. But more than that is the very, very special approach that Israel has towards taking care of its vulnerable. And if you do nothing else in the 4 years that you are here, I strongly encourage you to get out and go see how Israel does that, because that's something that you will take back. And more than all the technology and the biotech and everything else, the AI, machine learning, all the other stuff that you can get exposure to here, that is something special that none of your colleagues who are studying medicine in the States will have access to. And so I welcome you all wholeheartedly. I am so happy to be a part of this and to be able to be here on your first day. We will journey together through the next 3 years. And I am here for you. I have a group of mentors who are also absolutely every bit as much wanting to be here for your journey. And actually, 5 out of the 10 of us this year are Sackler grads. So as I said, that really says something about the Sackler family. And whatever you guys need, all I would say is ask sooner rather than later if we can help you. Because again, being able to ask for help is a sign of strength. We all need help. We need help when we're on the wards and we don't remember all the pharmacology. We need help when we need the nurses. We need help when we need OT, PT, speech, everything you can imagine. We cannot possibly be experts in everything. And so start by looking around at your classmates and helping them, but always asking us for help. If there's anything that we can do, genuinely, I say this honestly and truly, not one of you should ever feel that you are alone and that there isn't someone here, because I am always, always available for all of you, okay? As are every single one of the other people in the staff and the administration and every single one of the mentors that you will have from this day going forward, okay? So welcome everybody and good luck, and I will look forward to seeing you all on Wednesday when we have a lot more of a list of expectations and curriculum and everything else for our first day of ASM, okay?
Thank you, Dr. Dayan. I now invite my partner from the Student Affairs Office, Galit, to the stage. Galit will assist Dr. Lazar and Professor Afek and Tammy in handing a white coat to each student. Okay. Will the students in the first row please rise? Jonathan Afari. Lital Aliasi Sinai. Rachel Alter. Zoe Aspitz. Lital Avni Zinger. Ethan Bauer. Samuel Israel Belmont. Justin Besharat. Daniel Breitner. Christopher Diaramani. Dean Decter. Ariel De Leon. Anais Divya Yoshpe. Jeremy Dubin. Okay, will the students in the second row please rise? Avital Elias. Ariel Feifel. Sean Guillaume. Mia Goldman. Borivoy Golianin.
Wait a minute. I interviewed this man. Don't embarrass me over the next 4 years. Nice guy.
Ariela Chaimovich. Alexis Heller. Annabella Hochschild. Jonathan Holoff. Zalman Horowitz. Roxanne Hummel. Samantha Lesson. Adi Levy. Noah Mesika. Students in the third row, please rise. Yoshua Mirkin. Jacob Misra. Nicole Morozov. Daniel Moverman. Shanina Von. Joshua Pankin. Ariel Rafi. Ofek Raviv. Orian Raviv. Rachel Redsky. Benjamin Rismani. Daniel Sasson. Joshua Schwartz. Adam Siegel.
I promise I won't kill myself before I graduate.
Students in the fourth row, please rise. Jonathan Seni, Rohan Sharma, Diana Shmoish, Michael Stapsky, Eitan Shvueli, Adam Slavik, Jonathan Sokal, Jonah Stern, Paula Tefera, Samantha Graydon Tope, Nicole West, Alexis Ziebelman, Yael Zoken, Jessica Zon. Okay, will all students please rise for the reading of the Declaration of Geneva and recite the declaration after me. לא. אחד. At the time of being admitted as a member of the medical profession, I solemnly pledge to consecrate my life to the service of humanity. I will give to my teachers the respect and gratitude that is their due.
I will practice my profession with conscience and dignity. The health of my patient will be my first consideration. I will respect the secrets that are confided in me, even after the patient has died. I will maintain by all means in my power honor and noble traditions of the medical profession. My colleagues will be my sisters and brothers. I will not permit considerations of age, disease, or disability, creed, ethnic origin, gender, nationality, political affiliation, race, sexual orientation, social standing, or any other factor to intervene between my duty and my patient. I will maintain the utmost respect for human life. I will not use my medical knowledge to violate human rights and civil liberties, even under threat. I make these promises solemnly, freely, and upon my honor.
Thank you. Before we go to dinner, Tommy would like to say one more thing.
Congratulations to you all and your beautiful gleaming white coats. I'd like to take this opportunity to say thank you to 3 people that neither you nor the office would be able to make it through orientation. Please, a big thank you to Roni, Asaf, and Dori. You have no idea how many hours, weeks, and months of preparation go into this orientation, and we would like to take this opportunity to say good luck to you and success in your own medical studies. We love you.
Okay, בתיאבון. You know what that means?